key quotes related to fate. Let me start you off with the prologues as spoken by the chorus. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parent strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and I'll jump forwards, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage. Here we are told that Romeo and Juliet are star-crossed, which means they are fated by misfortune. By telling us their love is death-marked, the chorus is telling us the ending of the play, which gives many opportunities for dramatic irony. The audience knows what will happen to the lovers from the very beginning. Now, Romeo in Act 1, Scene 4 says, "My mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels." Even before he meets Juliet, Romeo has this premonition that the evening's events, and this is just before the party at the Capulet house, will put in motion a disastrous chain of events. The mention of stars again, as within the prologue, links this to the idea of fate, that what is to come is planned by the heavens. And then Romeo again in Act 3, Scene 1, when he's reflecting on the fight between Mercutio and Tybalt, says, "Oh, I am Fortune's fool." He's grieving for Mercutio and he's shocked by his own murdering of Tybalt, and he sees himself as a plaything of the goddess Fortune. He's abdicating responsibilities for his actions. He's almost saying, it's the fates that have led me to do this. It is not my responsibility. Juliet in Act 3, Scene 5 says, "O God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee now. Thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb." The audience knows that Juliet's premonition when she parts from Romeo after their night together is accurate. She will next see him lying dead beside her in her tomb. Her reference to her soul again refers to the belief that this fate is a part of her. It cannot be altered. Romeo says in Act 5, Scene 1, "I defy you, stars!" Romeo's reaction to Juliet's apparent death is one of rebellion. He personifies the stars, which he believes have decided her fate, and he rails against them. He shouts at them, but of course he is just following the path of his own fate. He's destined to die beside her in spite of his shouting at the stars, at the fates. And then finally, Friar Lawrence, "A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents." These are his words to Juliet when she wakes to find Romeo dead beside her, and they're meant to comfort her, but in fact they show how helpless she is. She cannot alter her fate. The dramatic irony here is that the audience is aware that the greater power is also about to claim Juliet's life. Don't forget that the information in this video is also available in written form in our Romeo and Juliet revision guide, and you can find that on the Twinkle website. You can also find a whole load more revision videos on our YouTube channel. Please check those out if this one is useful to you. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.